Hey there everyone, it's Tricia with Easy E-mini Trade, and I wanted to do a video for you this weekend showing you how you could use the order flow on its own or with your own trade setups. This package is available through Maria at tradetheeminis.com, and I'll give you that information when I'm finished with the video. But she's getting ready to make some changes as to how much training you'll get. So I'll go over that in just a couple minutes. So the charts that you're looking at right now are the Russell yesterday, and this is for December's contract. We did roll over and started trading December's contract yesterday. So on the right, I have my order flow chart. On the left, I have a 4-tick range chart. On the right, it doesn't really matter on the order flow chart what size chart you have, because it's all going to be based on price. So that's mainly what you're looking at. Here's some the price areas here. Here are the price bars as they're forming, and like I said, it's on an 8-tick range chart. You can use a 5-minute, 2-minute, whatever you like. It's totally up to you. So this is the open area from yesterday. Right here on the chart on the left, I drew a vertical line. This is at 9:30. The red line that you see above is the value area high from the previous day. This fuchsia line is the previous day's point of control. And you get all this with the package for the order flow. You get the order flow divergence delta. This here is just a stochastic. I like a stochastic on my chart. And this is the DM, which has the ADX DMI. It's just standard indicators, both of those. This one you get with the package from Maria. This here, where you see it coloring blue and yellow, this is the value area in yellow. This is the first value area low for the day. This is the second value area low for the day, and then above is the value area high, and then second value area high. You'll notice you can see the histogram here showing you the volume. In red would be the volume outside the second value area. This would be inside, outside the first value area, and this would be inside the value area. And it obviously is dynamic. It's constantly changing. This purple line here is the current point of control. As price progresses, this will change as well as the shaded areas here. So here's the Russell off the open yesterday, and you can see it started lower right off the open and came right outside the value area. Now keep in mind, the value area prior to the open, the Russell doesn't have a whole lot of volume prior to the open. So once price progresses a little bit, then you'll find that price will wind up staying inside those value areas very frequently, unless you have a very strong trending day. So how you could have used this yesterday is, if you are somebody who uses floor trader pivots with midpoints, or you use the fib tools, whatever you like to use, you could trade off of those, verifying with the current price. If you have a negative delta, that would mean that you have more sellers than buyers. If you have a positive, more buyers than sellers. And on this chart here to the right, on this order flow chart, this will also plot the value areas for the day. So above you here is the point of control. As price is progressing, that will continually be adjusting itself. It's dynamic, not static. Here's your first value area low, second value area low, and also with the indicators included is the ability to draw the fib lines, and you can adjust what percentages you want those to be. Also, it will mark pivot highs and lows. Pivot highs would be in blue, pivot lows would be in red. So there are many ways to use this. So here, as price is bouncing off this low at 932, You can see it right here. Bounces off, and if you look at your order flow chart, you can see that that's actually hitting the value area high. That's what this white line is here. So when you see the buyers stepping in to buy into that value area high, and then you see the sellers step in, that would be a good spot to short, expecting it to find its way back down to the lower value area. And you're not necessarily looking for these bars to close because you're just looking at the areas where price is and getting in at those price levels. If you wanted to use a smaller chart, you can use an 8 range, you can use a tick, you can use a time-based chart, whatever you like. You could enter in under the bar that's forming. Again, it's your preference as to how you enter, but that is one way how you could have taken this short off of this area here, or you could have waited for it to trade back under this value area low here and then take a short looking for a possible retest of the previous low, and then obviously it keeps going. Now, everybody trades differently, so it's got to be whatever you're comfortable with. It takes a little getting used to, but when you see this area here, like I said, this is the area here on the order flow chart. You see all the sellers stepping in. Again, great place to short. And I'm just going to scroll here, and then you can see still the sellers, 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 and many different ways that you can look at these bars as they're forming. You can choose to look at it as a bid times ask next to each other. You can use it as a bid-ask histogram, showing you obviously these dark red, that's the sellers stepping in. So that's the higher volume in that area of sellers. Here you could see higher volume in buyers. So as you're looking at your entry chart here to the left, or whatever chart you want to use for your entries, you can plot all these on a chart that you already have prepared with indicators that you like to trade off of. So as we're coming down to support here at 937, let me just change this to the pointer right here. How do you know not to buy there? So when you see the price bars coming down here to support, you're thinking, okay, I think I might like to buy there. And when you look at your order flow chart, you can see that you still have negative delta, so you're not going to try to buy that. You would wait till you had a positive delta, and so you never get that. So you trade, this consolidates here for a few bars, but it keeps showing negative delta, which means you have more sellers than buyers. So you would not be interested in buying that. Continues lower. Now you can see it finds its way down to the previous day's point of control. So that would be an area where you would expect a possible bounce. So when you look at your order flow chart here to the right, you can see the buyers step up here. So you could be very aggressive and buy off of that area and use a very small stop when you see the buyers step in, and then you see it bounce here back into the current value area here in yellow, and then come right back out and then retest the support area of the previous day's point of control. Also, if you do use the stochastic, you can see here that I've got some divergence to the upside. So that would lead me to believe that I would probably get a bounce off of this area right here where this fuchsia line is. So when I see that retest of that area, and it's like 6110 is that spot here, what's the order flow chart doing? You can see the buyers step up there. You can see it hits the value area low here in this white box here. So you could go ahead and buy using a really small stop under this area or under that bar that's forming. So you buy, you get a nice bounce. Then it retests back down to the value area low, another area where you might decide to go ahead and buy right here. Now you could wait for more buyers to step up, or you could be aggressive and just buy it. If you don't see more buyers step up than sellers, you can wait for a retest of that area and then watch for the buyers to step in. So it takes a little bit getting used to, but it's really a great tool. It really is really interesting how it all plays out. And like I said, here you've got your histogram here showing the price levels and the volume here. You also have it showing up over here as an outline, but also here you could see on the left-hand side that you can tell what the buyers and the sellers are based on that price level. And something else that you get with the tools is you get here we go, market profile, which is also included in your package. So this is showing the market profile for the week right here, and then this was yesterday. So if you like to use a market profile chart, you get that with the package as well, and it will plot the different levels as well for the value areas, as well as the point of control, etc., etc. So you get a whole lot with the tools, and like I said, it takes a little getting used to, but once you do, you can either trade it just using value areas, and you could probably even find some dynamic value areas that would plot maybe a little bit faster if you chose to, or just use support and resistance, or just go ahead and use floor trader pivots. But definitely would be helpful if knowing when you get to resistance, hey, do we have the buyers stepping up or the sellers? If you get to resistance and you bust through, let's just say this point of control here, this purple line, price gets up there. Let's see if we can find a spot where maybe it hit. I don't think it really did yesterday because it was a pretty weak market yesterday. But let's say that here, let's just use this area here. We were using it as support and resistance. So how do you know that it's okay to short off of there, and you don't know that, obviously if you short off there, you don't know that it's going to break out or not break out unless you're using order flow. So here you see price come up to that previous day's point of control. Earlier in the day it's held a couple times, so we want to short off that. How do you know? Again, like I said, it's not going to break out like you see here. So here you see it coming up to the point of control. Here's the bar that's forming as you're getting up there. You see buyers, buyers. Then you see you have more sellers stepping in. So you could go ahead and short off that when you see the sellers stepping in there. So you short off of that. Winds up trading back down to the area of the value area low here, and then it bounces off of that area. So then this is that area right here. When it comes down to the value area low, that's what this white ribbon is here, and you see the buyers stepping up. At the point you see the buyers stepping up, you could go ahead and buy it, or you could wait for a retest. And I'm just going to show you this also. Again, I don't know if you use Stochastic or not, but I'm a fan. So here, as you're coming up to resistance here, if you use the Stochastic, you can see that you've got some divergence here. You've got higher highs in price, while here you've got a lower high here than here as you're hitting this area here. My line's a little long here, but you get the point. There we go. So again, you could go ahead with the confirmation of the order flow and go ahead and short off of that resistance. So you buy off support here, as we just talked about right here, when you see you have more buyers stepping up than sellers. Then you get back up to that point of control from the previous day, and that was at about 10:16, I guess it was. So as price is approaching that, you're thinking, okay, well, hey, I'm going to short off of that area again. But now you're watching the delta here, So it's still showing more buyers than sellers as you're approaching up to that 6110 area. You can see here, buyers, buyers as it's breaking through, buyers. So you're not going to try to short that, but once it breaks to the upside, that would be a great spot to try to go ahead and buy on, as it's breaking out. Again, order flow confirming. So it's really, really helpful in trading that way, but also helpful in trading whatever setups you're trading. So what Maria's offering, or has been offering, is when you get the package, and if you want more info, just go to her website, which is www.tradetheeminis.com, or you can email her at tradetheeminis@gmail.com. But these are the indicators that you get: divergence delta, market profile, plus order flow chart, price action, and the VWAP market profile. And all these have many different options that you can choose from within each of these indicators. But she has been offering unlimited, indefinite training in her training room. And so she offers the training room for anybody who has the package. And as of September 30th, I almost said October 30th, but as of September 30th, she's going to change that. You'll have 6 months in the training room when you buy the order flow package, and then after that the cost of the room is going up to $300. But if you purchase her package before September 30th, you're grandfathered in, and you'll have the training room indefinitely. You'll not be charged for it. So I urge you, if you are considering this, definitely you might want to consider doing it before September 30th. And compared to what's out there, you're getting a whole lot for your money. I know there's similar indicators and tools and packages out there, but they do not offer you the training for free, or even training it of any kind. So even if after September 30th you decide you want to get it, 6 months worth of training at no cost is really great. Maria is a very talented trader. She trades a little differently than me. She's a little more aggressive. But she is very, very talented trader. So if you are interested, send her an email, check out the indicators on her website, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate, send her an email. Okay, you guys, I really want you to take advantage of this if you have any interest at all. So just the time in her training room indefinitely is well worth the money. Okay, you guys, so I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you all soon.